Yes, I did get a haircut, and yes, I am single. So I remember a couple years ago that zodiac signs were this huge thing that everyone was talking about, and me coming from my ex-cult background, of course zodiac signs were a big no-no. And so today I figured why not go and take a look into zodiac signs to see not only if zodiac signs are actually able to really tell how a person is supposed to be, but also I want to read a few horoscopes because I think it'd be fun to just kind of see, what they say. And so right here I have pulled up a BuzzFeed quiz. Answer 12 random questions and we'll guess your zodiac sign with astounding accuracy. And make sure to add in this little note, don't be skeptical. Speaking directly to me here. Now I remember that BuzzFeed quizzes were like a huge rave back in the day, so I knew that this would be the right place to go to find a zodiac quiz. So let's see if this is able to actually determine or tell me what my zodiac sign is. Let's start with the first question. So you obviously know your own sign, but can we figure it out based on how you answer these questions? Take the quiz to find out and let us know how we did in the comments. So the first question here, what element do you feel the most connected to? Water, air, fire, or earth? Now I'm not too sure how to answer BuzzFeed quizzes. I actually didn't really take any BuzzFeed quizzes back in the day because I don't know, I saw it as like a worldly thing. So I'm just gonna go off of my first initial thought, my first instinct, and my first instinct, my gut here was telling me to go with earth. Since leaving the cult that I was raised in, I've honestly felt a lot more closer to nature. I have much more of an appreciation for nature and animals and plants and all that stuff, so I'm gonna say earth here. The next question, if you could have power over one of these things, what would it be? Time, people's minds, the weather, or the birth of new planets? One of these is not like the other. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I think that having control or power over people's minds is kind of bad. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a very good power. I also think that time control is kind of a strange power to have. Like, what are you going to be doing with that?
Time control, that's a dope superpower, but like someone like me, you can't give me time controls. Stuff might get scary.
The birth of new planets is it's an interesting idea, but I mean, no one's ever gonna even be able to tell when you use your power. That seems, I don't know, that doesn't seem very exciting. It doesn't seem very exciting. So I'm just gonna go with the weather so that I can be like Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, G-O-A-T. Thank you, Jesus. The next one, if you could teleport yourself anywhere, where would you go first? A, I would stay at home. That one is kind of speaking to me. B, to the bottom of the ocean. C, high up in the galaxy, or for a beautiful landscape. Now, honestly, I am very much so a homebody. I do enjoy staying home. I enjoy going out for like cool things, like bigger events, like going to a basketball game or something like that. But majority of the time, I do prefer to stay home. Teleporting high up in the galaxy is kind of stupid. You will literally just die. Same thing to the bottom of the ocean. Although the bottom of the ocean is honestly a very, very, very cool place. You know what? I want to do a video on the bottom of the ocean. I know I pretty much say in every video I want to do a video of this or that, but this is actually a good video. Honestly, let me write this down. Awesome, very cool video ideas. What is at the bottom of the ocean? There we go, guys. Now I have this new video idea, and I will make a video on this one. That one's actually very interesting. But looking at these options again, I would probably go with a beautiful landscape. Like I said, I have been really in tune with nature lately, so I think going and seeing a beautiful landscape. I need to go on more hikes, bro. I need to go on more hikes. Next up, what pattern catches your eye? And then these ones are not named, so we're just gonna kind of look at them. So this first one here looks just like a bunch of rolls of toilet paper. This one here looks a bit like stained glass. Actually, you know what it kind of looks like? It kind of looks like this, like the Home Depot, Lowe's, like paint section where you get to pick the paint colors. See, like this on their website, you can see popular colors. Does this not look exactly like this? Okay, it kind of doesn't. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Growing up, I did really enjoy building Legos. I had a bunch of Legos when I was a kid. And so I'm gonna pick this one because it looks like Legos. The next question, which cat would you rather own? Now, I'm not much of a cat person. I'm not much of an animal person, to be completely honest with you. But if I ever were to get a cat, I do really like the symbolism of the black cat. And honestly, they just look cool. So it looks like a panther, bro. I'm gonna pick the black cat. The next question, circles, dots, stripes, or squares? I have no idea how any of these questions have anything to do with what zodiac sign you are? Is this why BuzzFeed got like such a strange is this why BuzzFeed has such a strange reputation? Because these quizzes are so stupid. Looking at this stuff, I mean, I'm definitely, you know, I'm kind of feeling, you know what? I'm just gonna go with squares because, you know, I don't know, just seems right. The next question is, what Hogwarts house are you in? So again, because I was raised in this stupid cult, I was not allowed to watch Harry Potter. So I actually don't know anything about Harry Potter or what any of the houses mean or anything like that. So for me, I'm just gonna base it off of which house sounds the coolest. And that is without a doubt Slytherin. That just sounds the coolest. Next up, we have, what form of art are you most likely to practice? Writing, painting, music, or sculpting? So I was homeschooled from 6th grade to when I graduated high school. So for middle school and high school, I actually never had to really write an essay. But I do think it would be very interesting to write a book one day. Although I don't know what I would even write it about. So maybe not writing. Painting to me is one of the coolest forms of artistic expression. I love painting, but I can't paint for shit, bro. Music is easily my favorite one here, so I'm probably gonna pick that one, but sculpting would be fun. I would like to take a pottery class. That seems pretty cool. Next up, we have, which vintage picture do you find the most aesthetically pleasing? We have this old retro TV. We have this motel looking sign. And then we have this nice lady wearing a nice yellow shirt. Just off of first impression, I'm probably gonna go with this motel one. The reasoning behind it, there really is none. It's just asking me which one I find the most pleasing to look at. So I'm gonna say this one. Next up, what would you love to eat right now? Something sweet like brownies, something comforting like pasta, something nourishing like a charcuterie board, or something refined like seafood. I actually do have some pasta on the stove right now, so I'm gonna eat that once I'm done recording these videos. So I guess it's gonna be pasta, but you know, I definitely have a sweet tooth. And according to Kevin Gates, it may be because of a parasite, bro.
Because they live off sugar. Like when you get the craving sugar and you want a sweet tooth, you got a sweet tooth, I want something sweet. That'd be that. Parasites in your body.
The next question is, how would someone describe yourself in one word? Sensitive, intelligent, complex, or outgoing? Now, I must admit, growing up in a cult does wondrous things for your social skills, both bad and good. A lot of people used to call me outgoing and very extroverted, but honestly, that was only because I felt like I had to be. If I were to be more honest with myself, I'm definitely more of an introverted person, and I'm definitely not sensitive. I can take it just as much as I can dish it. Now, like everyone else, I would love to say that I am intelligent. But my education was so terrible that I probably couldn't even tell you the most basic science or history facts. And because I have a lot going on in my head and in my life, I think complex is the perfect word to describe me. Next up, we have, which of these nature pics can you identify with? A poppy swaying in the wind, a lonely tree, a leaf in autumn, and a rocky mountain. Now, if we're being fully transparent and honest, after getting shunned by everyone that I've ever known, I kind of do relate to this lonely tree. However, I'm going to think very philosophical about all these pictures right here. A poppy swaying in the wind, a beautiful flower being moved side to side by this external force that it has no control over. A lot of the times we can feel like that because we as humans are beautiful and complex and you know, sometimes good people. And good people are often the victims of bad things that they have no control over. A leaf in autumn to me immediately signifies a sign of change. When those leaves change colors, you know you are due for a new season. And I've gone through a lot of change in my life, so honestly, this leaf in autumn is a beautiful image to me. And when it comes to the Rocky Mountain, well, I already picked the leaf in autumn, so I'm just gonna ignore this one. And finally, which of these is true? Tell the truth. I've ghosted someone. I'm moody. I'm stubborn. I have a temper. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure being moody and having a temper are kind of the same thing. Now, I've worked a lot on trying to be less stubborn. This whole channel is, trying to understand other people's perspectives and other people's point of views and just trying to understand things about life. So I've worked on trying not to be stubborn so much. Have I ghosted someone? I guess technically, I'm technically a ghost to a whole community of people. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes, I've ghosted someone. And I believe after I click this button is when it's gonna show me its results. So let's see if it was actually able to identify what zodiac sign I am. Here we go. It says, I am an air sign, a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. So it says here, you're a total air sign. You're just as good at thinking as you are at communicating with others. You love being spontaneous and are probably the person who gets your friends to try things that are outside of their comfort zones. You're adventurous, friendly, and thoughtful. Honestly, it's kind of right, because I probably am just as good at thinking as I am communicating, because I'm honestly shit at both. I don't have any friends to try new things with. And when I did have friends, more often than not, they were the ones getting me to try new things. So this was completely wrong. I'm not even a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. I believe that I'm a Leo. So I looked up here, what is the date to be considered? Oh wait, what? I'm actually not a Leo. Wait. Fuck. I just realized I didn't even have my light on. Anywho, so this whole time I thought that I was a Leo, but it actually ends literally one day before my birthday, meaning I'm actually a Virgo. I actually didn't know that. See, you learn something new every day. That's why you should never stop learning, guys, because I would have just told everyone that I'm a Leo, and I wasn't even a Leo. So now that we know that I'm a Virgo, I think it'd be fun to go and read a horoscope, today's horoscope for me, to see what it says. And you know, I've never read my horoscope before, so I think it'd be fun. So here we're on the Chicago Sun-Times. It says here, horoscope for Monday, April 20th, 2026, which is today. So let's go ahead and check this one out and see what it says. So here, Virgo, August 23rd, that's me, your boy. It says today is going to be an average day, 3 stars. It's important to know there's a moon alert all day today, which means it's a poor day to shop. Wait, what? Which means it's a poor day to shop, except for food and gas, or make important decisions. But it's a great day to schmooze and have fun. People notice you today. Some will even know personal details about your private life. What? Right now, I am out of work. I do have a knee injury that is currently healing. So I don't think I'm even gonna step outside the house today. So this is a useless horoscope. Let's see what the horoscope was for the day that I was born. Is that possible? Okay, so I'm on this Ask Oracle website. It's a birthday analysis. Here's my birthday, August 23rd, 2005. So let's go ahead and just see what it says. Okay, this is honestly pretty interesting. So I'm not too sure what this means, life path number and birth number. Neither of these numbers have held much significance in my... Wait a minute. Okay, I'm actually not going to go too much in detail to this. But honestly, the number 2 holds a lot, a lot of significance in my life. Now that I actually think about it, the number 2 holds a lot of significance in my life. That's pretty strange. I will say that. That's pretty strange. Here it says, of course, I'm a Virgo. It says that I'm 20 years old, 7 months and 26 days. W, guys. I'm an unk now, guys. 20 years old, 7 months, 26 days. Wow. In 126 days, I turned 21. Oh my goodness. It says here that I was born on a Tuesday. Wait, guys, is this actually how the numerology thing works? Because it says here I was born on a Tuesday and the number is 2. And if you spell Tuesday, or if you say Tuesday, it's 2 day. Dude, I should have done research in this stuff way long ago. Oh my God, I would have gotten all the answers to my life. My Chinese zodiac sign is a rooster. I'm not too sure what the significance of that is. But that's, you know, it's pretty interesting. Born on August 23rd, 2005, you act fast and keep your feelings close. A daring mind with a private core. I don't really know if that describes me well or not. I definitely did act fast. See, it's kind of hard. You see, it's hard to tell anything about my life since my life up to this point was being raised in the cult. So I don't even know what a normal life, or what even, I don't even know what my normal life is supposed to look like. Life path 2 with birth number 5. Cooperative at heart, restless in action. Mars conjunct Moon. Quick reactions, emotional courage, sudden drive. I definitely do feel the sudden drive. Sometimes I'll have all the motivation and, you know, desire in the world to do something, but then it'll shortly go away. I know that's probably common to a lot of people out there. Sun in the 5th from Moon, Mercury in 4th. Creative self-expression tied to home and memory. Now, one could call this YouTube channel creative self-expression, since it really is just an expression of everything that I'm, you know, learning now. Being tied to home and memory is, I guess, fairly true. I mean, I still live in the same house that I grew up in. You know, in memory, I try not to think about my past too much, so maybe not that one. Venus and Jupiter in the 6th. Service skills, I have worked in service. For as long as I've been working, I've worked in service. Steady work gains, maybe that's true. I don't really understand what that's trying to say. Practical love of craft. Now, I do love making YouTube videos. I love playing basketball. That's pretty much all my life has right now. Next up, we have these yearly predictions. So in 2026, this year, a year of communication and growth. Whoa. Turning 21 is a significant milestone, a time of transition and self-discovery. 2026 promises to be a year of exciting changes and new beginnings, focusing on how you communicate and connect with the world around you. Guys, this is very strange because with everything, like, I am in a huge transition period of my life. I went from having friends and having a goal of what I wanted to do in the future to now having literally nothing except for my family, my YouTube channel, and that's about it. Think of it like upgrading your operating system, getting ready for a smoother, more efficient, and ultimately more fulfilling life. Wow, that is exactly what I'm trying to do this year. Navigating the crossroads, a year of communication and home. This year blends personal growth with practical challenges. You'll experience significant shifts in your communication style and your relationship with your home and family. Expect a year, ... I know the ... is implying that the article will continue, but having just expect a year, ... is kind of ominous. What happened on August 23rd, 2005? Ugh, my events diary has no entry for this date. It was such an insignificant day that day. Nothing of note happened. I'll probably stop there. The one interesting thing I will say about my birthday, August 23rd, is I share it with the late and great Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Kobe. He is honestly my GOAT. He is my basketball GOAT. He is just awesome, bro. I love Kobe Bryant. May he rest in peace. All right, so that's pretty much all I have for this video. I honestly had a lot more fun than I thought. This was such a fun video for me to make. And it was really interesting too. Like I said, I actually didn't know too much about astrology and zodiac signs, to the point that I didn't even know what my own zodiac sign was. I was truly convinced that I was a Leo. Either way, if someone watched this video, I hope you enjoyed watching it because I absolutely enjoyed making it. As always, here is the song of the day. And remember, never stop learning. I'll see you later.